AIDS, acquired immune deficiency syndrome. AIDS is now a byword in our society, the great epidemic of this century. But what is AIDS? How can one become infected with the AIDS virus? Can we become infected by casual contact, like hugging or sharing spoons or being with someone with AIDS? Can we become infected through mosquito bites? Are Filipinos immune? Are you immune? A+, AIDS education in a positive light. This music video talks about AIDS, modes of transmission, and sexual responsibility among the youth. Let us now open our minds and our hearts. Let us confront issues and realities. Remember, prevention through education is the only cure for AIDS.
The word AIDS, AIDS, stands for Acquired Immune Deficiency Syndrome. Now, acquired is because you have to catch it from someone who's already infected. You get infected from someone who has the HIV virus. Now, what the HIV virus does is it attacks the immunity system of the body, and it breaks down the body's ability to fight germs and viruses that attack us all day.
You can't catch HIV from sharing spoons and forks.
You can't catch HIV from casual contact.
You can't catch HIV by sitting next to someone with AIDS.
You can't catch HIV by shaking hands.
You can't catch HIV from sneezing or coughing.
Walang HIV sa lamok.
There are only 3 ways you can get HIV infection. The most important way is through sex, what we call sexual transmission, and it's sex between men and women and sex between men. You can get HIV from vaginal intercourse and anal intercourse. You can get it if you are the one inserting in sex or the one receiving in sex. The second way you can get an HIV infection is through blood. For instance, if you get a blood transfusion in a hospital and there is virus in that blood, you can get the HIV infection. But more common worldwide is infection through use of unclean needles and syringes, especially among injecting drug users or people hooked on narcotics. And the third way one can get HIV infection is from a pregnant woman to her child during pregnancy. So if a woman who are pregnant have HIV infection, there is up to 30% chance that her child also will get HIV infection.
AIDS is a global epidemic that is heading out of control. When the disease was first recognized in 1981, an estimated 100,000 people were infected with the HIV virus. After 10 years, the figure has risen about 100 times. This disease is already spreading fast in the general population. Worldwide, there are 5 million women, 7 million men, and over 1 million children already infected with HIV. By the year 2000, the largest proportion of those infected will be here in Asia. At dito sa Pilipinas, nagbabantang wasakin ng AIDS ang mga pamilya, ang mga ama, ang mga ina, at mga anak.
AIDS does not discriminate on the basis of race, sex, or sexual preference.
By the year 2000, there will be 110 million people infected with HIV.
In the Philippines, there are already 30,000 people already infected with HIV. The figure doubles every year. In 10 years' time, there can be as many as 3 million Filipinos infected. Naiiwasan natin ang AIDS sa pamamagitan ng pag-iwas sa bawal na gamot. Say no to drugs, especially to intravenous drugs.
If you are young and not yet ready for a mature sexual relationship, then postpone sex. Abstain from sex. If you already have a sexual partner, then be monogamous. Stick to one na lang tayo. And make sure that your partner is also faithful to you.
Para makaiwas sa AIDS, stick to one lang tayo. Stick to one lang tayo.
Now, if you can't stop yourselves from playing around, then your last option is safer sex.
Let's talk about safe sex. Safe sex is any sexual activity where there's no possibility for blood, semen, or vaginal fluids to enter the bloodstream. Other sexual activities are safe. Kissing is safe. Touching yourself and your partner is safe. Remember, embracing is safe, setting is safe. And don't forget, your largest sex organ is your brain. So please, be creative. Practice safe sex every time and with everyone.
There is no cure for AIDS. Prevention is the only cure.
Tatlo yan eh. Una, yung sabi kasi ng Catholic Church, kailangan daw celibacy. Okay sa akin yan, lalo kung kaya nyo. Yung mga kabataan, you are adventurous, I know, but postpone your sex experience until you are married. Okay sa akin yan. 2, sabi monogamy daw. Fidelity, you must be faithful to only one partner. Okay sa akin yan. Kaya lang, sapagkat tayo tao lamang, kung minsan di natin magawa, ang sa akin nga yung pangatlo na tinatawag na condominity o paggamit ng condom.
Condoms are made of latex. It's a kind of rubber that is so tightly webbed on a molecular level so that even water and air molecules cannot pass through. HIV is much larger than the molecules of air and water. Therefore, if air and water cannot pass through condoms, neither can HIV. Condoms are effective means of preventing infection from HIV and other sexually transmitted diseases. Condoms are not 100% safe, but they decrease the risk of infection by 10,000 times. The effectiveness of condoms depends a great deal on proper usage. Condoms fail because of improper use, wrong lubrication, or simply the condom has gone bad due to heat. That is why it is very important for us to learn how to use condoms.
I hope they use their condom. Condom? Condom. Yeah, I thought have a condom. Okay. You brought your own condom. No, okay. Let's learn how to use a condom. First of all, you have to make sure that it's not expired, but that's the date over here. There's no date here. There's no date. Well, then you can look on the package. There's usually a date on the package. Okay. And then, if there's no expiration date, there's usually a date of manufacture. Let's say if it's made June 17, 1991, that's good for 3 years. Oh, 3 years. And then you open the condom. Whoa. Make sure you don't break the condom inside. Just be very gentle. There. You got mine. Okay. So, and then you put out the condom. And then you put the condom over your best friend. Oh, my best friend. And you have to squeeze the tip, yeah. You don't have a best friend. Yeah, the tip over here for the sperm, and so you have to make sure that there's no air inside. So if there's permanent air, you know that it can explode. And then you roll it over. You roll it over your best friend.
When do you roll it?
You roll it when it's harder. You can't roll it if you're soft. Okay? And then you're ready. But if you're not ready, you need lubrication. There's a lot of things you can use, but do not use your Vaseline, your petroleum products, your lotions, or what do you can use water. You can use all sorts of lubricants. You can use your sweat. Okay. And then it's time for fun, right? That's the best part. How did you do that? Cheers! Okay, but you have to make sure afterwards, don't mess around, just take it out already while it's still hard. Make sure you grab it at the base and you pull it out, so you'll have it slowly, but gently. Slowly but gently, for courtesy. And then make sure that and then you can take it out, just get some messy party. And then make sure you tie a knot around the end. Otherwise, everything goes dripping out, and it goes dripping all over your bed and all over. And then you're dead. You're dead. Right? And then you have it. And that's little package.
Now what you do?
Can't flush it down the toilet, right? No, you can't flush down the toilet. It doesn't flush, number one. You can throw it in the trash can. There you have it. The condom. Okay, I think that's right.
Use a condom.
Use condom.
use condoms.
Wear a cap if you're gonna have sex with strings attached. So who'll be next? Oh yeah, cannabis in the house. You got a favorite posse in the house. Let's time to reach out. Bad blood, so put it to my system. Open your eyes and let the ears listen. Bad blood, so put it to my system. Open your eyes and let the ears listen. Bad blood, so put it to my system. Open your eyes and let the ears listen. Bad blood, so put it to my system. Open your eyes and let the ears listen. You gotta stay strapped or a cap and make sure of that to be exact. It's a fact, and you know that before you get tapped on and all the ones lap on a Saturday night, on a weekend, right on back. Watch your back when you hit the stack. The white, the yellow, the brown, and the black. Wear a cap if you're gonna have sex with strings attached. So who'll be next? Change your attitude. Don't discriminate. It's not such a thing confined to the gay community. The acquired immunodeficiency syndrome when you bring home a take home. Hormones have grown. Testosterone should've known. You weren't alone. A cure is unknown for a case that's full blown. Now you better know, cause your life is all alone. Bad blood, so put it to my system. Open your eyes and let the ears listen. Bad blood, so put it to my system. Open your eyes and let the ears listen. Bad blood, so put it to my system. Open your eyes and let the ears listen. Bad blood, so put it to my system. Open your eyes and let the ears listen. All right, this is the age of AIDS, and you gotta be aware before it's too late. A guy named Jack was into the smack scene, sharing needles. He was a dope fiend. The virus found its way into the bloodstream. A living time bomb. Now all he does is scream. In the land of the lost and found, with a plague that bewilders and confounds. Don't stand any false illusions that you won't get hit with blood transfusions. Cause ignorance destroys the innocent one. A messy situation, the damage has been done. Let's not blame, but put them to shame. In this age of AIDS, lives will be claimed. The numbers have grown, statistics have shown. A cure is unknown for a case that's full blown. Hand in hand, together we stand. Let's put an end to this dance of the damn. Bad blood, so put it to my system. Open your eyes and let the ears listen. Bad blood, so put it to my system. Open your eyes and let the ears listen. Bad blood, so put it to my system. Open your eyes and let the ears listen. Bad blood, so put it to my system. Open your eyes and let the ears listen.
To have sexual commitment?
When you're sure you can protect yourself against two basic things, right? This is protect yourself from sexually transmitted diseases and protect yourself from getting pregnant if you don't want to get pregnant. But this is just the basic things, because in addition to protecting yourself from physical inconveniences, for lack of a better word, although it's more than an inconvenience, you also have to protect yourself from spiritual or emotional harassment. I think you can say I'm ready for a sexual commitment if I'm ready because I have protected myself not only physically, but emotionally and spiritually.
How do I say no to sex?
There are a lot of ways to say no to sex, but I think what is good is that at least you emotionally are clear that you're not ready. Because what is difficult is when you're not sure you're not ready and he asks you. But if you are sure you're not ready, then you could say no in many ways. I think the other thing that one should remember is that there are sexual activity is in a continuum. It isn't either you have sex or nothing at all. There are gradations, no, from holding hands, and it can be light kissing or it can be French kissing, etc., etc. And you just determine, each of us has to determine exactly where we want to stop.
Doctor, what do you think is the right age for us girls to lose our virginity?
I think the right age to, in quotes, lose one's virginity is when the girl no longer looks at it as, in quotes, losing one's virginity. You see, this concept is always like, this is something you're giving up. The first time you have sex with a guy is giving up something. Already, it puts you in this frame of mind that you're losing something, and kung hindi kayo magkatuluyan, ikaw yung kawawa. And that's not true. And also this concept of, this is the best gift you can give your husband, I think it's pure rot. Right? Because if this is the best gift you can give your husband, you must not have much going for you anyway, right? I mean, what about your brains? What about your laughter? What about your strong opinions? What about your commitment to this country? What about your having kids, etc., etc.?
Yes. My
use condoms?
If you are not sure whether he has any sexually transmitted diseases, and or if you are not sure whether you might be pregnant at that time, then definitely you should ask him to use a condom.
Doctor, what if the guy says no to condom and he's really gorgeous and then I really, really love him? What should I do?
Doesn't want to use condoms with you probably means that he didn't want to use condoms with other women, so his chances of having a sexually transmitted disease is a little bit higher than other people who use condoms regularly. So I think you should take that into consideration.
What can people like us do to help stop AIDS?
It's in all aspects, you know, physically protecting yourself, philosophically, I think, by being clear about what AIDS is, by being clear that contrary to what the moralists say, this is not a punishment from God. People who have AIDS do not deserve it. Nobody deserves it. By, I think, banding into groups so that you can demand that your schools do something about AIDS in terms of education, demand that the media take a more responsible treatment of AIDS, demand that the government does something about it, etc. I think these are some of the ways that you as teenagers can do something about AIDS.
Lumilipas ang mga araw, subalit hindi ang sakit na dulot ng karamdamang ito. Hanggang kailan ko daranasin ang hirap at lungkot. Pagod na ako at unti-unti na akong nawawala ng pag-asa. Kay rami ng nabigo at namatay, nabaon ng lungkot at kawalang pag-asa. Kay raming mga susunod pa na patuloy umaasa na kahit saglit man lamang, maramdaman nila na sa kabila ng lahat ay may pag-ibig pa rin sa amin. Ito ay isang sulat o liham na sinulat ni Rachel Reyes bago siya tuluyang namatay dahil sa sakit na AIDS. Rachel Reyes, Dulcura Cortez. They were the first PWAs, or people with AIDS, to come out in the open in order to give a face to the AIDS epidemic. Ngunit marami pang Rachel, marami pang Dulcura ang naghihirap ngayon. At marami pa rin Rachel, marami pa rin Dulcura ang maghihirap pa sa mga darating na panahon. Mga kaibigan, ang mga PWAs ay hindi natin dapat kamuhian o katakutan. Bagkus pa nga ay dapat natin silang unawain, dapat natin silang tulungan, lalong-lalo na dapat natin silang mahalin. And for people who test positive for HIV, it's not the end of the world. People with HIV can still lead meaningful and productive lives. At alam nyo, tignan po natin ang ating mga kaibigan, mga kababayan natin na nandoon ngayon sa Amerika, na kahit alam nilang sila ay may AIDS virus, ay hindi pa rin ho sila nawawala ng pag-asa. Narito po sila.
Oo nga eh. Yung classmate ko, tingin ko may AIDS dahil ang payat-payat. Hindi mo naman siguro malalaman kung may AIDS na tao dahil payat pa siya. Eh, paano kung talagang may AIDS siya, no? Tingin ko, dapat parehas pa rin ang tingin sa kanya. Saka hindi naman siya nakakahawa, di ba? Oo, tama. Sa palagi ko yung mga tao ganyan, kailangan masuporta natin, di ba? Kailangan masuporta. Dapat di na siya nilalait-tait, mga ganun. Kaya ano, masuporta. Sorry.
Ang AIDS ang un problema na nisita kita kumprante. In other words, AIDS is a problem that each one of us must face.
Hopefully, sana magkaroon tayo ng cure na for the AIDS, no? Kasi talagang kawawan tao pag gano'n eh. Tinamaan eh.
The best way to stop AIDS is by working together. Together. Together.
Join us in the fight against AIDS. We can all do it.
There is no known cure for AIDS. Prevention is the only cure. Remember, AIDS is preventable. The best way to stop AIDS is by working together. Talk about AIDS with your parents, your family, your teachers, and your friends. Join us in the war against AIDS. And tell your loved ones about the message you've learned. This is Lea Salonga saying, take care of the one you love. You are in control.
Paano na ang buhay Ang AIDS epidemic, it's causing lots of panic. Ay, paano na ang buhay? Ang AIDS epidemic, Pero wag mabahala, mayroon pang pag-asa. Ating kalabanin, kaya kong lumihin. Huwag tayong magpanik, huwag mataranta. Ang AIDS epidemic, pagkalat ay pigilan na. So rise up from the ashes, stand on your feet. Gather all your masses to get up from your seat. We can still live in love and laugh, although things are rough. We just have to be careful, you and I. We're in control. We're in control. Come now, join in the fight. Reach out, touch someone, let us be a woman. Still so much to be done. 'Cause we can still live in love and laugh, although things are rough. We just have to be careful. You and I are in control. We just have to be careful. You and I are in control. Wear a cap if you're gonna have sex with strings attached. So who's next? Oh yeah, cannabis in the house. We got a city posse in the house. Let's time to reach out. Bad blood, so put it to my system. Open your eyes and let the ears listen. Bad blood, so put it to my system. Open your eyes and let the ears listen. Bad blood, so put it to my system. Open your eyes and let the ears listen. Bad blood, so put it to my system. Open your eyes and let the ears listen. You gotta stay strapped, wear a cap and make sure of that to be exact. It's a fact, and you know that before you get tacked on and all the ones lap on a Saturday night, on a weekend, right on track. Watch your back when you hit the stack. So wipe it up.
Each day in this world, 5,000 people become infected with HIV, the virus that causes AIDS. Most of these people had unprotected sex or shared a needle with an infected person. Whether you're gay, straight, or bisexual, always protect yourself. Use a condom every time you have sex, every time. And if you inject drugs, don't share the needle. Don't make it 5001.